Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Cancel here, the host of the Legal BC2 show again, yet again, chasing my microphone, which for some reason I just refuse to take out when I do my shows. I'm not quite sure where that is. I'm going to have to develop a checklist, pre-show checklist to make sure I have everything set up properly before I do it. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope everything's okay. It's Wednesday, midweek. We're finally getting there. Now time for the morning update. So let's just jump right into it with a little bit of commentary based on some of these stories I might add. Number one, reported by the Australian and Reuters and investors.com and Reuters. Trade deal with Japan and LNG partnership. Trump announced a massive, quote, massive trade deal with Japan, cutting auto tariffs to 15% from 27.5% and securing $550 billion Japanese investment package in the U.S., including Boeing and semiconductor deals. He also mentioned a potential Japan-U.S. LNG joint venture in Alaska through Tokyo. Officials are still verifying the details. Impact of this is that it boosted Asian markets. Nikkei was up 2 to 3%, prompted U.S. stock future rally, but raised concerns from U.S. automakers and politicians over trade parity. I've always said that if the trade tariffs worked and was actually beneficial to the country, I would support them. I still say that. Here's my problem. It's been 6 months, and this administration has been an abject failure at everything. These tariff deals, to the best of my knowledge, and please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, do not become overnight deals. Now that the deal's signed, all the logistics have to be worked out. And I would assume that that takes minimally months, if not years, to hash out. The financial infusion of cash from Japanese investment in the U.S., that's something that could happen sooner rather than later, right? But still takes time. If this administration can't even figure out how to release a file, you want me to believe that they're going to be able to actually run this trade deal. I'm not trying to be doubting Thomas here. I'm just trying to talk reality here. And this administration has shown me that it literally can't do anything properly. So I'm sorry. I can't get happy over this trade deal. It's there. It's just going to be a real huge wait and see for me before I can come out and say, okay, this was a good move. Number two, executive orders at U.S. AI Summit. This is from Reuters as well. The White House confirmed Trump will sign executive orders today at an AI summit underlying his administration's positioning of AI as strategic tech priority, especially amid rising tension with China. The impact on this is it signals a push to shape national AI infrastructure and regulation, with tech and financial sectors watching closely. AI, I think, has a place in our world. I'd like to see it used for medicine. I'd like to see it used for health. I'd like to see it used for engineering. But AI can also be incredibly dangerous. And our administration always tends to lean on things that have the potential of being incredibly dangerous. For example, let's stop climate control. We've been saying it for years. It's a real issue. They don't want to believe it. And now they're doing everything possible to squash climate control. And let's bring back the coal. Let's bring back the oil. Let's bring back the toxins into the air, because that makes America great again. That's kind of the same logic I'm taking with AI. Pretty cool stuff, I agree, but I think we really need to get our hands around it first before we start saying this is what's going to run us in the next couple of years. I chuckled at this one. I did a little tee hee 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 at the next one. Reuters defamation suit versus Wall Street Journal faces legal hurdles. Trump's $20 billion defamation lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal over a tie to Jeffrey Epstein is threatened by Florida's strict 5-day notice rule and the actual malice standard, meaning his case can be dismissed before trial. Does anybody, by a show of hands, have any idea what's going to happen in the next couple of days? Anybody? Somebody? This case will be dismissed because Trump will not follow this thing. And then Trump will come to the airways screaming, justice is robbed from me. They dismissed the case. This is exactly what I've been telling you all along. The justice system sucks. It's an out for him. He's going to take advantage of that out. It wouldn't surprise me in the least bit. Also by the Australian, coming up next, the fallout over Epstein file controversy. Trump faced intensified pressures from MAGA supporters disappointed by limitations on the release of the Epstein grand jury documents. He deflected questions by accusing former President Obama of treason related to the Russian probe. In response, Speaker Johnson postponed the planned vote and called the House recess amid a backlash. Because nothing says, nothing says that Trump is innocent, like literally closing Congress for the first time in history, than instead of taking a vote. I don't know where I am anymore with the Epstein file. Last week I was feeling really good about it. Today I'm not feeling really good about it at all. With this planned visit by the DOJ to Ghislaine Maxwell, we all know what's going to happen. She's going to get cut a sweet deal just to claim that Trump is not on the list. Trump's going to proclaim he's not on the list. Look, it came from the source, and Trump will then continue to bury the case once and for all. Probably won't release anything. So the interesting part is what happens to MAGA then. Will MAGA accept that finally? I don't know, but I just don't have the warm and fuzzies about this anymore. And then another chuckle moment, number 5, our last one, New Jersey U.S. Attorney appointment blocked. Guess who we're talking about, boys and girls? The one and only Alina Habba. Oh, poor Alina. A federal court in New Jersey blocked Trump-appointed Alina Habba from serving as interim U.S. attorney, replacing her with a career prosecutor, Desiree Grace. AG Bondi quickly removed Grace, sparking a legal clash over the administration's prosecutorial appointment and prompted criticism from Trump allies. So you don't get the votes. They put somebody in. They fire that person that they put in, and they want to give the person who didn't get the votes a position. That doesn't sound like authoritarianism at all, does it? Interesting. This saga will continue. That's it for the morning report, everybody. I hope you get some good information about that. Coming up next, the Midweek Madness Show. Stay tuned, everybody. Have a great day. Take care.